feliz viernes. Yo estoy en Puerto Rico. I figured I didn't have enough to do this week, and if it's a little bit of a slow week, I don't get nearly as much done. So I thought I would combine what I had to do in 5 days into 3 days, and then take 2 days in Puerto Rico. So I am here in Old San Juan right now, which is the touristy area. So I'm actually in a fort. I'll show it to you here in a second. It's an old San Juan. There's a wall around the city, and then there's a castle, Castillo de Cristobal, and then there is this fort, El Morro. I'll look it up. That's where I am now. And yeah, so back in the day, all the ships were brought through this area because of currents and trade winds. So if they're coming from Spain or Europe, the ships would hit Puerto Rico first. So this was highly defended, and that's why there's castles and a castle and towers and a walled city, and it's really, really kind of cool. So it's a little bit rainy. I'm actually hanging out in a tower keep. Hold on, can you see this? It's just like a stone keep. There's a part of this fort that was constructed in 1539 that is still here. The rest of it, I think it was here prior to that, and there's been enough modifications that it's all newer. And at one point, it's been reused for different things, like a hospital during World War II. I don't remember what else. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. And I was going to show you. Alright, so this is the ocean. Can you guys see this? The ocean coming in. It's really windy. There's a tower. There's some flags. 3 flags, the US, Puerto Rico, and then this is the Burgundy Cross, which is a Spanish military flag from when they were here. And here you'll see how beautiful it is. Isn't that gorgeous? You see all the little colored houses. Yeah, so I'm gonna walk down that way today and see what I can see in old San Juan today. Let's see, what else happened this week? Work. I did do a little bit of design on an ASR well. Actually, it was a monitoring well that goes with an ASR well. But even though it's a monitoring well, it's still an 8-inch well with a 6-inch pump in it. So it's it's a pretty big size well. Not production size, but much bigger than what you'd find if you're doing like environmental engineering. So I did some of those specs. I started the calcs, the TDH calcs for it, and once I get those confirmed, then I can confirm the pump selection. It'll be a permanent pump within the monitoring well, so that you can pull a sample every quarter, every year, whatever they need. And it's so deep. I want to say this one's 1,200 feet. My design point is 1,200 feet deep with about 20 gallons per minute. So because it's deep enough, and it would take a lot to put in a temporary pump each time you needed a sample, it'll just have its own dedicated pump, full-time use, but it would only be used for that sample since it's a monitoring well. So we don't really need to do any sort of like aquifer testing on it to figure out the capacity of the aquifer, just because it's not going to be pumped for water capacity. It's mostly just for water quality and making sure that we're not drawing down the water level in the aquifer with the ASR well. We'll also be able to see draw up of the aquifer, which is an interesting term that we use in ASR. So draw down is when you're pumping from a well, but because of ASR you inject and you draw out, you have the potential to draw up your water level, which I always thought was kind of neat that we use that term, draw up. Because in school, of course, we only really studied draw down. Yeah, so I did a little bit of design on that. I need to talk to one of the manufacturers to make sure that the couplings I have on the drop pipe, so the pipe that goes down that's connected to the pump where the water will come out of, I want to make sure that those couplings will hold with that length of pipe, because 1,200 feet of PVC pipe is quite a bit to be just like hanging in a well. So I need to talk to the pipe manufacturer and get some stats on the drop pipe and make sure everything will fit well in the little monitoring well, and it'll have a well seal on it, which is just like a cap with holes that are drilled in for our different access tubes and the transducer and things like that go into the monitoring well. So I did a little bit of design, lots of meetings as per the norm, and I'm going to start walking here. Design, meetings, lots of answering emails. I started a few things for our retention study, just like sending some emails and getting my thoughts around things. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous. And yeah, that was my week. It was a short 3-day week. The announcement is out that I am one of the new faces of civil engineering, which is really fun. So yeah, I knew that for a bit now. We did a little video on it, which I've kind of been teasing on my Instagram. We had a video day. I did some photos for it, and there's going to be some announcements, or there were announcements on jacobs.com, as well as with American Society of Civil Engineers, which is who does the new faces. So there's 10 of us, and 2 of us are actually Jacobs folks. Monica is the other Jacobs person, and she is in our LA office, and she's also in the water group, does water stuff, and so her video is really awesome. There's drone footage shot in Reno. You can see Lake Tahoe. She's talking about how she got into engineering and how she was a first generation student. It's just so well done, and it looks like, we were saying, it looks like a hair advertisement, because she's got this like gorgeous hair and the drone footage coming in. So mine is not like that. But you guys should check out Monica's, and also check out mine. So yeah, new faces were released, so I'm really excited about that. I'm also trying to figure out how I can go to a global meeting with some of there's this bird in this little hole. Hold on, can you guys see that? No, over there, that little hole. Can you see that bird? It's just like hanging out, chilling. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can get to this global meeting, and mostly build some exposure to the other people who are in solutions and technology, and also network with them, because they'll be instrumental to this retention study that we're doing. So I've been trying to figure out how to get to London. But yeah, that's been my week. So anyway, I will let you guys go. Happy Friday. And I will post a bunch of pictures to Instagram, so check it out there.